Hello, and welcome to Farthest Frontier. Well, sure enough, I said in the last episode that there weren't any upgrades, and just shortly after I actually recorded that, a new upgrade came out. It's mostly performance upgrades. That was what they've pitched it as, but I'm pretty sure that they've introduced some other things, mate. I mean, I certainly don't recognise these sort of icons, for instance. We've now got these where it's actually telling you that, the workers can't work because, and then I'll tell you why. So we've got some buildings over here where we've got a shortage of grain. There's other icons are popping up in the top left corner, I've noticed, which are useful. I mean, they'll tell you, when buildings are empty and that sort of thing. They'll also, what's really, really useful is they'll actually tell you when a mine's actually being depleted and needs replacing. Although I've noticed it can take a bit of a while for the game to notice that. I mean, I have actually demolished an actual mine. And then sometime later, it suddenly pops up and says, "Oh, by the way, you've got a mine," and it's got nothing in it. It's like, well, yeah, I already know that, but it's not something you particularly noticed. That was just, sheer coincidence because I was going around looking for, how my mines were doing at the time. But it is extremely useful, just a bit slow. Another thing I've noticed, I don't know what's happened, but normally when you select a building, if you've got multiple buildings, it would actually, show you the other types of that buildings. Oh, hold on. Village was raided. Okay, so nobody's managed to steal anything. So, for instance, if I pick this large stockyard, you can see it's highlighted in yellow. Now I've got a stockyard down here, and that's getting highlighted in white. So that's always been extremely useful. Because the big problem I've got is building multiple buildings. I don't necessarily know how many buildings I've actually got. I mean, if we go into professionals, for instance, it'll tell me I've got a certain number of people working in buildings, but it doesn't tell me how many of each type of building I've got. I don't know if that's around anywhere in particular. I don't think so. Yeah, I'm not aware of anything that actually tells me how many of these types of buildings I've got. It would be extremely useful if it did, but I don't think it does. Let's have a look. Nope. So up to now I've been relying on things like that for expansion, for instance. But I don't know what it is, but some buildings just don't work. So I've got 2 blacksmith forges, and it's not working for them. So I've actually got 2, but for some strange reason, that one's highlighted in yellow, but that one isn't highlighted in white. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there. It's working for some other buildings. I've noticed it's not just that specific one. Right, I think I had a problem with cobblers as well at some point. I'm sure I've got more than one. Easy way to find out, I say. Let's have a look. Services, resources. There, cobblers. So I've got 3 of 3 cobblers. Now each cobbler can only store, can only run with 2 people. So I know somewhere on this map there's another cobbler, but I'm not seeing it. It's just not getting highlighted. And that's it there. So you can see for some reason it's not working with the cobblers anymore. So that used to work. So yeah, I don't know what's happening there. So it's a bit odd. Anyway, there's definitely been improvements, but that's kind of pretty by the by. I mean, I really need to be getting on trying to fix all these problems because I've still got these main fields here. What we're trying to do is trying to get these back up to pretty high fertility levels, because that sucks, because the food has been appalling, really, ever since I did this. I mean, to be fair, it's not a particularly fertile ground, because it's a hilly area. But we can put it back, just, yeah, it took me a while to kind of like figure out, well, why don't I just, grow more fields? So that's what we've been doing. So these are busy trying to get rid of the weeds, I can see. Otherwise, they're just going to be growing whenever they can, because you've still got diseases going on. So this one is... Ooh. So that affects turnips and cabbages. So it should be okay once it flips over to next season. That should clear that out. Now let's see. We need 400 people, but yeah, it's still going to take a while. So we're just going to have to keep plodding on, trying to get the fertility back in these fields. Because once I get a lot more food produced, although to be fair, I've got a lot, that should improve. But out of curiosity, I'm sure I saw something that actually told you how. Yeah, the population. So the population growth was about 2. There's nobody immigrated in, which probably is to be fair because there was nothing going on, in the sense that, well, people were starving really. So, yeah, I've still got these problems here where there's buildings have been abandoned. I mean, if you look at, I mean, we've got desirability in the 70s. Oh, speak of the devil. There you go. Yeah, come join the party. So there is high desirability going on, but we're not obviously achieving something. We're missing something. So, right. So this gives me some pointers now. So, not doing well with shoes, clothes and some parts. That's something. Now, I'd say a quick fix would be to start assigning people to more jobs, but literally before those people suddenly decided to join, I just didn't have enough labourers, so that's extremely convenient. We've now got more people, in which case let's have somebody else making the shoes. I didn't want that one, I want the statistics, because I want to find out what we're falling behind on. So usable goods, yeah, so we're producing 26 shoes, but we were consuming 30, so that's not good. We're falling behind on soap as well, so that's something else would be useful if you could have a feature that just says, you know, highlight all of the, you know, X type of building or something. So now I've got the fun of going around and trying to find out where the heck is the soap manufacturer. Is it that one? No, that's a teller. There's our soap shop. So it looks like I'm kind of pushed. It looks like I'm going to have to create some another building to produce soap, because soap's extremely useful because it's used like to help deal with their health problems. I mean, you could import it. I mean, you could buy it, but it really makes more sense to be self-sufficient. In which case, see if I can find out when did they start introducing the soap one. I would have thought the soap would have been quite early on. Cobblers, fletchers, baskets, potters, weavers, candles, soap. Right, so that's not. Ooh, wow! You can see the yellow marker. We're right on the edge there, so that's not going to go down well. It's too big to fit in there. Pop that on there. So we'll get them to build another building, but again the problem's going to be trying to get enough people. I'm pretty sure there was something we were making. What was it? Was it too much clay? It's going to always take people off things. So there you go. Now I've got the fun of trying to find the clay. Oddly enough, it says we're producing too much clay, but we've got a shortage of clay. Okay, let's speed this up anyway. That's probably because it's like right out in the middle of nowhere. But again, I don't necessarily know how many. I don't know necessarily, because there are times where I've built mines only to find I already had a mine because I just couldn't find it. It's like, alright, okay, fair enough. I already had a mine. Oh, game save. I mean, I'm tempted now to like build another clay mine, but it's a case of I think off the top of my head there was a clay mine around here, but I think it just ran out. Tell you what, let's put that overlay on and see if we can find, because there's one right over here. So that's not too far. Oh wow, we've got some gold over here apparently. Yeah, I mean that clay mine is just like right out in the middle of nowhere. There's a lot of iron there. That might come in handy one day. No. Really do. I mean, that's another feature that's missing. I think there's a mod which I'm seriously tempted to install, which is to give you... I've had this with other games. Other games have been like really bad when it comes to that ability to get us like an eagle eye view of things and what's going on. Because I'm at maximum resolution, maximum, you know, distance that I've zoomed out to, and yet look how close I am. It is bonkers. Maybe it's in the settings somewhere you can do something, but somebody released a mod at some point to make something like that. Right, tell you what, well, while they're doing whatever they're doing, oh dear, it's too steep apparently. Area is unexplored. Okay. I'm sure there was some areas I was trying to explore, but the game just suddenly automatically removed the flag. Try again. Yeah, in the back of my mind, I've got a distinct memory of putting flags down, and then within a matter of seconds they suddenly disappeared, so nobody ever went there. And hopefully it'll go back there, because that is a lot closer. So now we don't have enough bricks, because we don't have enough clay, yet apparently, according to statistics, we're producing too much clay. Yeah, we've produced 81, we've consumed 40. Okay. Fair enough. What else can I sort out? I mean, there was one of the big things that they were complaining about was a lack of furniture. Which is probably fair, because I think I was probably selling it all. So we're not doing spices. Nobody's using glassware. Why? Furniture. Pretty sure I built a furniture store at some point. So there's a furniture shop. So how many have we got in stock? Ooh. We've got 31. Why are people complaining that there's not enough? Oh, that's useful as well. It also tells you when people die, and most of the time it's like from old age. But that's quite useful as well that they've added in. At least I've never noticed that. And they always, you know, had this yearly taxes being mentioned, so 259. I mean, it tells you over here like what you're doing in terms of, you know, whether you're in profit or not. Categories. So these are our categories. Inline categories. Let's take that one out. So that's what it looks like with inline categories. Looks the same to me. Empty items last. Show it. Oh, right, okay, so you can see empty items. So if you put the empty items last, it'll actually tell you. So then if you say, show me the categories, and then it breaks it down into the actual categories. So that looks a bit better. You get some good information about spoilage and what have you. There's all sorts of useful stuff you're getting out of these statistics, I must admit. Anywho, what have you got to sell? So, looks like I could do with more baskets. Now that might be, yeah, maybe I'm just selling too much soap. That's the trouble, I'm selling things off. So maybe I'm just not keeping up with, I might be keeping up with the demand for the actual village itself, but not necessarily for, you know, the amount of items I'm selling to try and accumulate more money, because you need over 5,000 ingots to be able to upgrade to the next tier. So that's going to be a lot. What can we buy and what can we sell? Well, that's good. Looks like we're kind of keeping on top of the heavy tools now. Ooh, we've got a lot of heavy shields. They're worth 106. Ooh, I'm going to start. Oh, now that could be useful. Let's start selling them then. No, I don't want that amount. No, that was supposed to be 20. Yeah, so I can see the trade is actually quite useful for being able to get a quick peek as to how your inventory's doing. So here, I mean, we don't have any swords, which is appalling. Probably because you can see we've hardly got any coal. We've got no metal ingots. At some point, oh yeah, we've hardly got any iron ore. Suggests we might have a bit of a problem here. But one thing I can do, one thing I'm going to do. Oh, except it's too steep. Why am I not surprised? No, I don't want to road. I want to flatten the terrain. And I think I'll do that. Can I squeeze one in over there? And flatten that area as well, because these can be useful because they can turn the logs into charcoal, and they can use that in place of the coal. And now I've got to go in search of an iron mine. So I'm sure we've got one. There's one there. Now it's quite possible we were being running low just because I was going through this process where we were running out of people basically because I was starving. I just didn't have enough people to be able to put into places. So in that case, let's start putting more people into the mine. I'll have to keep an eye on that amount of people who we've got for labourers, because if that goes too low, things start to fall apart basically. Add somebody else into the mine. So this one's got, it's about 685 left in there. Oh. Let's go and have a look and see what they've got. It's not doing well on coats either. Or shoes. Well, I did add somebody else into the cobblers, so we'll see how that does. Candles. Why are we getting low on candles? Jeez Louise, look how many beans we've got for here. Now the beans don't last long, so it's probably in my interest to sell these. I mean, that's a lot of beans. Let's sell these then. So if we sell... Oh, hold on. You're buying them for... Okay, that's not good. I want to sell them. I don't want to buy them. I've already got plenty of them. Grr. That might be another reason why we don't have many coats, if I'm just actually selling all the belts as well. Oh dear. See? I'm getting a yellow little icon showing up. Oh dear, that building's now... okay, we better fix that. But, yeah, so we've got to play around with this again. I think, now that I've got more people, I'll put more publicans back in. Well, I'll put them back in, I should say. I mean, there's no real sort of problem with lack of people now. So it kind of makes sense to put those back in, although I'm still puzzled. I mean, why? So they're saying there's a lack of furniture and there's a lack of glassware. Oh, that's for the upgrade requirements. Yeah, it's not necessarily telling me why this... Because these are all getting abandoned. I mean, the desirability is high, so I think maybe it's a case of like you get to a certain desirability level and you've got to provide the actual items that they want, otherwise you do. Let's have a look. I mean, why are they not collecting the actual furniture? Because it said, I'm sure when I was looking in the stock, I had quite a bit of furniture. Yeah, there's over 38 furniture available. That's very important. That's a school. I mean, I wonder if they're just so like maybe it's not the buildings aren't getting repaired. Let's see if we can give these a bit of priority. I wonder if it's that. I mean, it says it's a fine building, but it's been abandoned basically. It's got things in storage. So I wonder if that storage is actually including storage within individual houses, not necessarily within your storage buildings themselves, because these are slowly all getting abandoned, and I mean I'm having to basically rebuild them. I wonder if it's that. I mean, water's a big problem in this area for some reason. I mean, how are we doing for... Because normally these would have... Now that's interesting, because they're used to collect water. I'm sure water was something that they used to actually go out and gather. Because there is a well nearby. Having said that, there was supposed to be a well up here. So I'll tell you what, I'm gonna risk it. I mean, I'm pretty sure it'll be fine because of that water that we've got there. So I'll take that out. Take that one out. Let's see if I can actually build a well nearby. So that would be the... So that's the bakery. I don't know if I'll be able to build the actual pub nearby. Amenities, services... Oh yeah, that got moved to tier 3, didn't it? So that would go... Ah, foobar. Yeah, it's unfortunate that I can't really move everything to the right. Well, I could do, but this town centre gets in the way. I mean, that's really where I want to place the pub, but... See, so that points to that. So, yeah, that's kind of like where I mean... I think that's a bit in the wrong place actually. That should be over here like that. Hang on, let's see if we can move this then. That wants to be there. Actually no, it wants to be there. Yeah, there. That should really be there. I can't really do that, so I'm going to move that and I'll see if I can put the pub over here, because the water should be close by. So that's the house there. So if we place the water... there. We'll see if we can cheer folks up with some distractions. Put that on, say, there. That's pretty much my limit. I'm not going to fit anything else down here. So yeah, kind of, I'm basically limited in terms of this particular layout I'm trying out. One which is my tactical fried rice. You need a lot of land, basically. To be fair, you need a lot of sort of like land anyway, because the way they do these is you've got the theatre here, which covers a massive distance. Which incidentally, yeah, that's interesting. That's not doing that either. Because what you used to get is when you selected the actual theatre, that highlighted a lot of these other buildings, and that's not working anymore. No, even if I turn on the desirability, that's not doing anything. Right, so the building's marked for immediate repair, and it needs 2 clay. Doesn't help that we've got a shortage of bricks. So where's our actual people making? That's the bricks. That's the clay one. Ah, cool. Yeah, we're not producing enough coal, are we? Speaking of which, we've finished those terrain jobs, so let's do that one there. I'll slot that one over there. Hopefully that'll help solve problem. Ooh, stone. Jeez Louise, that stone's getting low as well. We go see if we can get a quick win and see if we can find any stone. Just get the labourers to grab some stone for us. There's that bit over there. There's a lot over here. I tell you what, how many people have we got at the minute? Oh, see, I'm running out of labourers. Where's all the people when you need them? Oh, jeez Louise, 7 there. Desirability has declined and they've abandoned them. It's like, what? It's over 50-something% desirability, but I suspect it's like we're reaching a point where you've got these buildings where they start off needing certain things, and then what you do is you start improving the desirability around the area, so the building then gets upgraded and improved. But then it's a case of they need other things, and if we're not providing those other things, then it's like, well, I don't want that type of building, so it's putting people off. Right, let's have a look. Oh, we've got a travelling merchant. Yeah, I mean, I've got... That's nuts. We've got 41... Let's have a look. So that's a stockyard. I'm sure I've got a storage building somewhere around here. At least I better have, otherwise it's going to be all... There's a Cooper. Oh, there it is. Right in front of me. That's interesting. So they're only storing... So the furniture manufacturer is over here, but there's not that many in stock. We've got 8 there. Hold on. The building's been condemned. What? The building's condemned? What the heck? It's because there's no bricks, that's why. Oh, foobar. So that's where it's all going pear-shaped, yeah? It's because we're just not keeping up with the repairs. Ooh, yeah, this is not good. See, I'm adding more people in, but I don't have enough people. Hang on a minute, I only said 22 a minute ago. Something a bit fishy going on here. I mean, I'm going to put some more people in here because... I mean, well, obviously I'm desperate for furniture by the looks of it, but I can always sell things off. In the meantime, bricks are a problem. Except we don't have enough clay. Right, where was I going to build that clay mine then? Because that could be a shortage. If it's taking them too long to get out to that clay mine. Right, at least I've come out here, that makes a change. Right, so I build a clay mine here. We'll get a road out to them. I'll have a bit of a wiggly road that comes around to here, maybe, and then just joins up with that one. It can all do with getting upgraded. Just having a quick peek around here. I mean, I haven't gotten around to redesigning this side yet because I've got basically too many problems. Let's see what these lots. They don't have enough iron. They don't have enough tallow. They don't have enough iron. They don't have enough iron. I mean, that's a long... I must admit, there's a long way to go to get iron. It's all the way down here. And how much is left? There's a lot left. Right, I'll tell you what, start getting these roads upgraded, because someone's obviously got to come and collect all this stuff. Whether it's the actual individuals themselves, or it's the actual wagon. So the wagons actually come down and collected some actual iron. Now, as far as I'm aware, what they'll do is they'll then take that back to some storage wherever they can store it. Kind of tempting to build a road out here, because obviously they're going here, there, and everywhere to get to, you know, back to the city. At some point, I'm going to be putting things in over here. Tell you what, I mean, I seriously need the stone though. Oh, it's too steep. Let's do this then. So all that to there, and then to there, and to there. In the meantime, we'll start getting these roads upgraded. See if that does anything to help. I mean, the road infrastructure's all over the place, because, as I said, it's not getting around to doing it. This whole industrial area needs moving anyway. All this needs moving somewhere else. I mean, probably best over there, but I've got deer. I could move it out further out to here, I suppose. Right, in the meantime, we need a lot of... Grrr. I need more people. But nobody likes living here. It's like... Ugh. Right, let's see. If we do... See if I can find a work... I'll put one of those... Because there's a lot of stone out here. built for that. So the idea is those wagons, the Wainwrights that we've got, should be going out to places like that as well as the mines, collecting things. So, ooh, interesting. I've never noticed that before. So they've got broken shoes, broken clothes, broken tools. Yeah, so there's the individuals themselves. You know, people like the blacksmiths would actually go out and find things. But it's better if you can get a wagon to go out and do that. So that's why I've been building the Wainwrights. As far as I'm aware, you have to build at least one anyway to get some things. But they'll take groceries to the actual buildings. You know, the shelters, for example, to help people. But they also go out and gather resources. So that's why I've been building more of them over time. So I've got one of them around here somewhere. I think one of the first ones I've built. I should have built another one. Right, so there's that one there, and there's that one there. It's probably the more of these I've got, the better. So, I mean, on the plus side, I mean, yeah, I mean, you know, we've got all these buildings being abandoned, but I mean, at least we've got, at least we're doing so well on the food now. Right, so everybody's fed up. We need more entertainment. Well, I'm providing pubs. What more do you need? Just get drunk. But the luxuries. Ah, now candles. Candles. As I recall, candles was a problem, wasn't it? Tell you what, well, it's going to take a while to get some of this, so I'll get them to work on that while they're at it. I mean, I say they. I mean, I don't know how many people will be able to do it because we're running low on labourers. Yeah, it's a chicken and egg. You need more people, but when the place is falling to bits, I don't think anybody's interested in coming. So now it's saying it needs. Building has been condemned and will require extensive repairs. It's not telling me what it needs this time. So we're short on coal, we're short on, jeez Louise, we're short on gold, because some of them needed gold as well. Right, it's, no, 100 gold, 100 gold's not going to get me very far. Okay, so you need swords. Oh, that, whatever that was, it's not a shortage anymore. Right, speed us back up again. So again, their big problem is going to be iron. That's going to be, oh, at least, well, look on the positive side, at least we're getting more bricks. 2 villagers have died of old age. Okay. So these, I don't know. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't think flax would spoil. So since we've got a cheese maker. Oh, there's a candle shop. Ah, that made a lot of sense. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense to obviously put the buildings close to this. How many candle people have we got then? 1. Okay, so that's the only one. Oh, hold on. What? This is getting worse by the minute. We're 255 people. So we've got 21 children, so we've got to basically wait till they grow up before they're of any use to us. I mean, I could do with more people do. Oh, fair enough. Whatever floats your boat. Compost. So these are starting to come along now, so we're starting to get somewhere. We're not on that one because that's 36%. Is there any out here? Nope, it's none over there. There's none over there yet. Building abandoned. Everyone's... Jeez Louise, so we've been providing the food. But then they're abandoning the buildings because the buildings, as far as I can tell now, it's a case of the buildings are getting neglected. In other words, nobody's been coming along to fix them. And the reason no one's been coming along to fix them is because they didn't have the resources to do it. So, yeah, we've got to keep an eye on what needs to be used to actually fix these buildings. So it's things like the clay, the planks, the gold, you name it. Whenever you start getting these shortages, it suddenly becomes a big problem. So it's like, okay, things I better fix. So at the moment, the big problem is stone. And then, if by some miracle we actually get more people, yeah, okay. If by some miracle we get more people, I can then put them into places like this and start getting more stone. The trouble is, at some point, we're going to run out of, resources. I mean, it's kind of inevitable. You're going to run out of resources. So I need to be able to sell things on the trading post. Presumably, I'm going to have to get to a point where I'm buying things in, making something better, and then selling it back to get the money, and then using that money to actually buy other things I need. Oh, jeez Louise, that needs fixing. What do you need? That needs 31 clay. Okay. Soap, candles, fish. Yeah. I think we'll leave that one then. I mean, I could... well, I could, but I won't. Right. Let's speed this back up again. See if anybody else comes along with something more interesting. Yeah, it's just not enough people. We're down to 12. That's not helping. That's not helping at all. You need at least 28 people. Okay. So it's kind of inevitable. I mean, how are we doing for sand then? I mean, what we've got... What have we got what we just don't need too much? So we've got 846 sand. So how many people have I got? 2. Right, well... keep at least one person in there for now. Seriously low on the ores that we need though. I mean, how do you end up with this many ores? Two people in there. There's 2 people in there. 6 people make garbage now. I mean, I've got like a ton of people in these mines, but let's go back and see what this one's got. Let's sell some of this off then. Why not? I mean, I may as well make some money from somewhere. Clothes. Well, we've got a lot of meat. I suppose that's something to try to keep on top of as well as spoilage. Because I mean, food's going up. I mean, I must admit they will actually buy it, sell it too, I suppose. I wonder how much. So we've got more raw meat than we've got smoked meat. I mean, smoked meat will sell for a higher price, but the trouble is the trade will turn up and it's a case of I want one but not the other. Right, so we can't upgrade this building, we can't add more people to it either, so we're kind of stuck with that. I'm just looking at what they'll do because they're spending like a long time travelling. Part of the problem is they'll get the meat here pretty easily, but then they'll get the problem of they'll need the firewood to be able to actually do anything. And the firewood's actually getting done all the way over here. So it might be tempting to sort of introduce somebody who actually chops up the firewood here. It's a thought. So what we want then is... I said that in that case what I'll do is rather than build a new one... How many have we got? I think I've got 2. Goods, resources... Yeah, I've got 2, so I'm now going to find where that one is. Right, so there's one, and there's another one. I have to be a bit careful because I don't want to get in the way of the barns. The barn down there. Oh, road's too steep. So how far does that stretch out? So that's down to about here. So these are sort of like extra things you've got to start factoring in. Is like you want to. For some of these sort of things, you need the production close by. I mean, bakeries are the exception because they provide a desirability. So, like the mills over here, but I've got bakers here and here, for instance. But you can't place these buildings close by because they've got, you end up with low desirability. So it's, yeah, there's a lot goes into like thinking where to place everything. I mean, at least on the plus side, I mean, I'm starting to see the buildings are starting to get fixed, so that's something. Let's speed this back up again. But I can see me having to now try to expand these sort of areas out. To try to speed up the process, because you can start putting more buildings in, but someone's got to travel like way to, right to the other end of the village or town, whatever it is, to get things. It's just bonkers. So that's looking a bit better, and I can't go any further without water well. With these, you can't even place an order to upgrade these. You've got to actually have the materials available before you can put in an order to upgrade. It doesn't matter whether you'll run out of them at the time. You just got to have them there and now. But stone, jeez Louise, stone is seriously bad. Basically, because everybody's just too busy. Yeah, I'm running out of people. I'm going to have to probably wait until the population. I'm either going to wait until the population increases, just because we end up with more people. I mean, there's still 20 adolescents still yet to grow up. But see, immigration, I could do with more people coming in through immigration, because that's starting to get like seriously bad now. We just don't have enough people. Let's take that person out, put somebody else in, so we'll wait until they get healed. But yeah, this is going to be a bigger problem. I mean, I don't have enough. Well, yeah, it's another thing. I mean, you don't have enough builders because the builders are going around like fixing things. So you need a lot of builders and you need a lot of labourers, and it's like, so what are they short of? Still short of iron. Let's have a look. So there's quite a few people there. I mean, they've produced 107 tools. Now that's something. Yeah, they don't have any tools. So maybe if I had more tools, that might help them. I mean, is that a wainwright just stuck, got nothing to do? Game saving. Yeah, I'm just looking because there's a wagon just sitting there doing nothing. So we must be waiting for the actual wagon driver to turn up now. So the miner... As that's so far out, I'm seriously tempted to put one of these shelters in. They normally go here for like emergency purposes, but they do, or at least they used to get stocked. It's like someone like one of the wagoners, for instance, would come along and stock the actual building, and whether they'll do that or just only an emergency. Oh, that's interesting. They just suddenly just went here. I wonder why they went to the arborist area. Huh. That's curious, because they said they were going to get something to eat, I think. Then they went here and came back, so did they just... I don't know. I'm confused. Hold on, who's this? Right, this is... So there's a guard doing shelter stocking. We've got some apples on them. So they picked up... Ah, so if I do... Yeah. They must have gone to the actual... Is that how desperate we're getting? We're actually... Each individual's actually going to the trees now and getting fruit from the trees. It's like, what? What is going on here? Because nobody's coming along to actually collect. Nobody that I know of is actually coming along to collect the fruit from here. It's just building up in storage, so I don't know where it's going. This is just plain bizarre. I mean, it's interesting, but it's still bizarre. So we've got a builder. So she's coming along to start building this by the looks of it. I've been busy beavering away on the actual path. I mean, I can see why we're running out of stone and we're not filling that, because I've just been asking them to build so many roads, but should be getting some more stone now. Actually, tell you what, don't bother with logs, just no, the other way around. Focus on the stone. Stone's the priority. Right, so they are... Right, what are you doing here? If I can select... So, the hitbox on these things is just bonkers. I don't want the wagoner, I want the wagon. Seriously, let me pick the wagon. Not the wagoner, the wagon. I'm presuming they've come along and picked up the iron. I can't select it. Ah, there you go. Right, so yeah, they're bringing 42 iron back. So that's what I want. I don't want individual like labourers coming out here and doing it. Where on earth are you going? So she needs wood for this building. It's going for miles and miles. I mean, I should really start introducing better roads into the place. I mean, I could put a gate down here. Yeah, I mean, I suppose we could put another gate into here, because that's a... It just feels like it's 6 and 2 3s. I would have thought, now if you're going to... You see where she's going. I mean, why not just, like, take the road? Surely... For whatever reason, she just decided to go all the way up to there and then walk all the way over there. Instead of just following the road. It's like, I don't know. She must know something that I don't. So who's this then? So we've got another builder. So they're going to stock the shelter. But you're not going to build it. What? So where's she going now? I must admit I have had situations where buildings have actually ended up with like tons and tons more resources than they actually needed. Which has been quite amusing, but... Hold on, where are you going then? Where the heck are you going? Well, she hasn't actually got any, she's got some food. Build site stocking. Ah, right, yes, so she's actually come out here to get the clay. Got you. See, that's what you don't want. You want the Wainwrights coming out here to get the clay and bring it back. Which kind of gives me the impression I could do with more Wainwrights, but I don't have enough people. It's like, chicken and egg, isn't it? I'm gonna always look on the positive side. At least my fields are starting to do better now. I mean, at some point, I can bring these ones back into use again. There's a 41 over there. Oh dear. We're on fire. Right, how bad is it now? 7. No. We're down to 4 labourers. This is just not sustainable. Right, okay. I'll tell you what, we'll put this on hold. Because I've been adding more buildings, but I just, yeah, realistically I can't cope. So this is, right, this is a soap shop. Again, if I knew exactly how many buildings, because there's times where I build buildings, not realising that I've actually got probably already one of those buildings already anyway. So it's like, okay. Right, let's have a look. So we're not producing enough pottery. That's blatantly obvious. Oh, we're still not producing enough shoes. I don't think there was anything useful I could sell them. I suppose anything's better than nothing. I'm trying to sell things when they're at the highest value, to be honest, but yeah, I mean, once these fields start picking up, we'll start to get more grain. And then when we get... Oh, hello. Are we under attack? Oh, that's interesting. Gives you quite details there. So, one raider is attacking the actual village. Is attacking villages. 10 of them are attempting to breach the walls. Wow, you can see them all. Okay. So we're going to click on it again. Oh, there it is. So that one's trying to breach the walls. So they're busy attacking that lot there. While that one's attacking the walls. At some point, hopefully that's in reach. So they'll start attacking them. I mean, the plus side is Melina here. At least she's actually in the defense tower, which makes a change. So, sometimes it's a case they're all busy doing something else. It's like, yeah, I'm too busy for this. Right, let's have a look, see where that big army went to. So there's 2 of them over there now. So there's quite a few of them just littering the roadsides. I'm liking this because I can go to the different ones. Oh, that a tick. Who's that? Is that one of the... No, it's our hunter. They're retreating. Okay, I don't blame them. But it also does, I've noticed, it does actually tell you and actually shows you, if any buildings get destroyed. So you can then toggle that, start to like find out, you know, where your buildings are being destroyed. So that's always useful now. So he'll have cuts and bruises, no doubt. Oh, jeez Louise. 6 people. Nope, I didn't want to follow that. I was just trying to plug the gaps again. Jeez. Jeez Louise, we're down to 5. Right, I think they've all run off now. Yeah, they're all running away by the looks of it. Although I've noticed actually that they're starting to... They'll attack the outer areas as well, which is a pain. So they'll go around and attack your outer buildings, just completely trash the place. So then you're going to have to rebuild them again. So they don't necessarily just come into us like steal money from you. They'll also try and, you know, steal food and what have you. Ah, that's interesting. So we've got 200 stone to sell. 836 sand. Yeah, I'm kind of reluctant to buy anything at the moment. There's nothing that I particularly need, I think. I think I can sort of get away with it. Unless it's a case of trying to find out how to attract more people, but it's the buildings, I need the resources. Yeah, we just weren't keeping up on top of the actual resources. So then that was leading to the buildings then getting condemned. I think they wanted to. It's like this one here, for instance. This one, what does this one need? I wouldn't care, I rebuilt that one. Fix it. Quickly. Yesterday. I mean, I've only got enough people. I've got about 5 people doing building. They've got to cope with building completely new buildings as well as to keep on top of actually repairing the buildings. So it's yeah, that's not happening. And on top of that, I'm down to only 6 labourers. I think it said we were like 20 something or other. Yeah, we are seriously short of people. I don't know what I can do at the moment. I mean, they're saying they need more luxuries. If you can probably fix that problem, it would start to attract more people. I mean, the sort of luxuries they were after, incidentally, are what? Oh, actually, yeah, we'll go to the town. Or is that the same one? Potter, glassmaker, or furniture. So, Potter. So there's the glassmaker. Where on earth did I put the Potter? There's a Potter out here somewhere. There, so there's a Potter. So we're not keeping up on that. I've got 2 people in there. Take 2 people out of that one. Somebody into there. Because they need clay. Speaking of which, I mean the roads are getting better. I'll take some out of that one. I'll add them to the one over here because that. The one over on the west seems closer to me. I mean, granted, I don't know. It's still a long way. No matter how I look at it, it's going to be a long way to travel. So I suspect these will be builders coming out here. So maybe it's a case of I could do with more Wainwrights, but yeah, as I say, it's a bit of a chicken and egg situation here. Not enough people. Too much to do, and there's not enough people to do it. So maybe. Yeah. Maybe I need to start rethinking who we've actually got doing what. Oh, there you go. That was just shield look as we speak. I'm trying to find the guardhouse. Where did I put the guardhouse? I put it somewhere. This is the trouble, like, I mean, I could do with like a little useful little feature where I can just say click on this and tell me where this building is, or highlight these types of buildings. I was being optimistic. I thought there might be like a lot of guards in there. I could have like released them, but no. So yeah, that's I think that's the next challenge, is probably trying to sort this out, because I mean we're at the point where we're actually getting a lot more food and it's keeping a lot longer, so maybe I could start to juggle things like the farmers, for instance. But that's what I need to start keeping on top of, is that I need to get these people sorted out. It's just, yeah, that's not helping. But of course, it's all for another episode.